Investor here, bringing you another independent analysis. This time we're taking a look at SolarCity. Today I've got a 1 hour chart, each of these candlesticks representing a 1 hour time frame. And the area I'd really like to focus on is going to be the last 4 days. Specifically this area right here. That's where I really want to focus on. Now aside from that area, you can see that we've had a fairly solid uptrend going. Our lows here at $21. We've been rising fairly steadily. But really the last 4 days is when we've seen this uptrend really go into power mode. So let's take a look specifically at that area. Now you can see that our uptrend wasn't quite as strong today. We started out with a real nice candle, but as the day progressed, we kind of wore off. Our candle did touch the $35 area, but we did close around $33.75, unfortunately. So we correlated down a bit. Now if you take a look at the day before that, it was the same kind of deal. Had a real nice green candle starting out, real nice buying pressure, but then we kind of faded out throughout the day. Before that, we kind of channeled a bit, and before that is when this uptrend really started. And once again, it did kind of fade off towards the end of the day. So it seems like SolarCity just kind of spikes up near opening, and then towards the end of the day, it just kind of fades off a bit, but it still keeps its gains, which is very nice. Let's take a look at some of our patterns here. So I want to take a look first at the higher lows, of course. So you can see we had our lows here, and then we had our lows here, and now we have our lows here. So we have the higher lows pattern going for us on the chart. Obviously that's a sign of a nice strong uptrend. But if we take a closer look at some of our indicators, you can see that we don't actually have any support in the vicinity, unfortunately. So what I'm talking about really is this blue and orange line. So the blue line is our Tenkin, the orange line is our Kijun. The blue line and the orange line both act as support, but where these candles ended up closing at was under the Tenkin. So this Tenkin could act as resistance now until we break up past it. So I'm thinking that depending on what after hours and pre-market does, there is a chance that we go back down and test our hard support at $32. You guys probably can't see this red line too well, but that is our hard support. Normally I have those lines as blue, so sorry about that if you see my other videos. Yeah, that'd be a blue line, but I didn't change it yet. Anyway, $32 is our hard support, and we have some more support around the $33 area and the high 32s. So I think that we could maybe dip down and test that area after hours or pre-market, and if not, the cloud is telling us that we'll probably have more support around $33. So assuming after hours doesn't start dipping down, we should have a higher area of support around $33 or so, but as it is now, our support is closer to about $32. So that's something to watch out for. Obviously, if you've been in SolarCity for a while, you have a real nice cost basis, and you don't have too much to worry about. But if you're looking at starting a position now, maybe wait for a little bit of pullback. I know I'm going to wait. I don't have a position now. I actually did exit my position. I had a nice swing trade on it, and I'm out of it now. But if it does end up dipping to the low 33s or even the 32s, I'll consider picking it up, because on the high end we could actually see SolarCity run to the $38 area. Now $39 and $40 is pushing it. My highest price target for this uptrend is right around $38 based on historical data. So we could see a test towards 38 if this uptrend continues, which obviously getting in now around 33.75 would still be real sweet if you're going to 38. But it's not guaranteed that we get a 38, so I'm going to wait for a little pullback and try to get in at the most ideal area. And then, depending on, like I said, how after hours and pre-market goes, we'll have a better idea of what tomorrow will bring us for SolarCity. But overall, this uptrend's been real strong the last couple days, last 4 days, and it really could continue. The only thing making me nervous is this Tenkin line acting as resistance now, so we really need to see the price break back above that. Then it can turn into support, ideally. So that would be quite sweet. Taking a look at our RSI and MACD indicators, you can see that we are oversold. But since we went oversold, there really hasn't been too much price action. So that's good. I mean, sometimes when you're oversold, that price can start tanking real quick. But that hasn't been the case. We've maintained our levels well. So hopefully we start seeing the RSI breaking up above that 20 mark. MACD is in a bearish downtrend, and it is just touching the 0 line. If the MACD breaks below 0, that's going to be a real bad sign, but there's a good chance that's going to start curving back up, and we'll see a bullish uptrend start again while that RSI breaks back over 20. So that's something to keep an eye out for. Just to reiterate, guys, I'm going to be watching for more of a dip to the low 33s, maybe even the mid 32s. And if everything still looks good, I'll swing it to 38. But right now I have no position. And that's really about it for SolarCity. Pretty strong uptrend there. Might have a little bit of pullback in the near future, but ideally we'll see it testing $38. That's about it, guys. Catch you later.